Yep. So my name is Carl Cook. I am the Executive Director of Project Save. Today, you did some interviews with some of our community that went kayaking. It was great. For anybody that knows me and know our mission is to join our community together to do something different: kayaking, hiking, bike riding, camping, some of the things that our community may not do in their lifetime. You know, I can say most of our community, 95% of our community lives under the poverty line, and that's where we want to be. We want to build relationships with our community. We want to educate our community so our community as a whole can do better. We do ethics programs, works programs, different things where we can build a stronger relationship with our families. We have a lot of large families that come to our meal program. Our meal program to me, is one of the best programs because the food is the attraction. So we meet new families, regular families come, single men, single women, and we get to meet them and get to offer them to come to our office that we're open here at the Friendly Inn Settlement Tuesday through Friday, which my assistant and myself and my staff meets and greets our citizens and greets them with hospitality. It's very important. All other agencies, everybody's doing great, but sometimes it can be trying for other agencies, bad communication skills, that kind of thing. We know that, So I share that with my team. Everybody's not coming here singing kumbaya, kumbaya, But something like kayaking, what they did, brings that joy of happiness. They will remember that. They come in here doing our meal programs. Those who went, most of them are regulars. I've already know some of them that missed the kayaking trip are just kind of like, oh, I want to go next year. Well, we want them to go. We want them to experience that and do something different. I think one of the highlights for me when I went kayaking is I went kayaking years ago and I thought I was just the pro, but I'm the only one that my kayak turned over. It was great. I loved it. But it just tells me that we all need that training and reminding, to pay attention and listen, including myself. So, we all are a work in progress, So with our community, I share that with them. I share them. I'm the boots on the ground. I'm cut from the same cloth. I'm very blessed. I have my own family. I live day by day. But I can go in my home. I'm not under subsidized housing, anything like that. But I can go in my home and take care of my family, but also remember that there are those out here struggling. That those are out here hungry. Those out here are freezing. Those are out here are struggling with mental illness. And our agency, Project Save, addresses all these different things. It doesn't take but a little small act of kindness to build a relationship, to a trust, to help our citizens move to the next level. We hear it all the time, and you mentioned, and I always thrive on our community to get out of the bubble. And what I mean by that, let's talk about community, for instance. Everybody has their separate community. It's not just our community. You'll find a lot of communities kind of live in the bubble, but you find more communities that may thrive a little bit more. Let's talk percentages, versus our suburb community versus our inner city community. Our inner city communities more tend to kind of stay in the bubble and don't venture out, kayaking, camping, different things like that. It could be a series of things, financial issues, a large family, they're living day by day. Their budget is a lot smaller. And this is why, I reach out to Blazing Paddles and I reach out to other agencies to say, hey, would you invite, our community to come and, join you? To get out of the bubble is just a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you why, for instance, and I'm going to probably share this story. A young girl, about 7 years old, when we were at the Whiskey Island kayaking, they also had a volleyball court with sand and wonderful sand, and she just was ecstatic just with the sand. Wow, this is real, bearing herself. And, that's something she will never forget. She will never forget that. Then her mother the next day called me and just said, thank you, Mr. Cook, because this is something my children will never forget, and this is why we do it, and not only to get out more, but to find out a new experience, diversify your life as well, meet other people, because if we live in that bubble, we're not meeting other people, other cultures. When we do a hot meal program, I serve different kind of food from different cultures, tasting different. Sometimes they like, oh, what's that, Mr. Cook? It could be a damati, from Greece, with a grape leaf rolled up in rice, but they're tasting and they're eating it. And so, but I want them to experience different things, ask questions. So that's one of the reasons. Well, you know what I'm going to say? We've been playing video for the last 3 weeks, and we had a slew of our community, after they saw the video, said, boy, I wish I would have went. Well, I'm going to tell you this time, don't miss the boat, because we'll be down on the river at Blazing Paddles kayaking, and I truly believe next year we'll have a much bigger crowd. And again, I heard a lot of feedback after they saw the video, a lot of fears. But I think once, and that's why consistency is good. They've seen their neighbor do it. They've seen the oldest, our liaison, our oldest in our community, 70-something years old, out there canoeing. One of our handicapped staff members out there kayaking. So, when they see that, that was the feedback. Oh, I missed it. Because I did a lot of marketing. So they knew. Of course they knew. But I think next year we definitely will be involved. I definitely think it'll be a lot more. I think at a time we may even need a bus this time, because I truly believe that the community will come out, whether it be repeaters, which I know it will. I think it will be more families. This was the first time for me as well, so I was concerned about some liability issues and different things like that, which right now I went myself, and it was great. Everybody was great. The teachers and the trainers were great, building relationships and teaching our community just wonderful, how to get in the canoe, how to paddle the canoe. So safety is always my main thing, and again, it was very safe. And next year I would definitely express that, because it is a fear, water fears, different things like that. And just real quick, I had one individual said, I'm going to come, but I'm not going to go. I'm just going to sit in the chair and watch. But they end up getting in, getting in the kayak and did better than me, So, once you get there, and for me, it's just really getting them there. Once they get there, oh, so-and-so's doing it, my neighbor is doing it, Angela is doing it, Mr. Smith is doing it, maybe I'll try it, So, I think next year would be bigger and better and more exciting, although it wasn't very exciting for the trip I went on. I missed the first trip, of course I went camping, but now I have some dates. I'll probably go to both of them now, because since I'm the only one that tipped over, I still need a little practice, on the kayak.
Well, thank you for your faith
Thank you, Jim.
in with Share the River's ability to be able to host your community in a fun, engaging, and safe manner. Our sponsors are fully supportive of that effort, and quite frankly, 600 paddlers in Blazing Paddles Paddlefest help fund our outreach motion. So thank you to the 600 folks that were part of this year's event. And we are going to double down next year on serving your community. So bring your game and get your bus, because we're ready to accommodate. Okay.
Absolutely. And thank you, Blazing Paddles. We'll see you next year.